For those of you who have been following us on our adventure, you might recall that we were newbie RVers at the beginning of 2020. As recent retirees, we wanted to explore new places with the flexibility to schedule trips on our own timeline. We also wanted to bring our pets along in the privacy and comfort of our own RV. At that time, we put together a list of requirements and must-haves, then started to research RVs online, as well as explore dealer lots, and attend a number of RV shows. We wanted to comfortably travel around the southeast area of the country, with an occasional extended trip each year. We knew we wanted a mobile home rather than a travel trailer or fifth wheel. But we also wanted to be unencumbered regardless of where we traveled. We chose the Winnebago Navion 24D, because it met our requirements and fit the lifestyle we wanted to pursue. After waiting 15 weeks for the 2020 model, we took delivery literally just a few days before the RVilliage Rally from February 12th to the 16th. Shortly after we returned, we started to see that federal and state parks began to close because of the pandemic. Private motor coach resorts also closed as well, but it varied from state to state. The timeline for when we will start to emerge from COVID-19 was unclear. So, we canceled our trip to the Florida Keys, which was planned for later in March. With enhanced health and safety measures established, resorts and campgrounds began to reopen mid-summer. Walt Disney World reopened with some of the park's attractions mid-July, and we stayed at their Fort Wilderness campground from July 8th to the 13th. Later in September, we traveled up to South Carolina and stayed at their premier Hilton Head Island Motor Coach Resort. In November, we traveled down to the Sarasota area and stayed at the Royal Coachman Resort. We visited Siesta Key, Fort Myers Beach, and caught the sunset on Sanibel Island. I will include links in the description below if you want to view any of our 2020 adventures. While 2020 was a year like no others, we were still able to explore new adventures in our motor coach. As 2021 approached, Judy and I started to think about travel destinations to plan for. While we really enjoyed our experiences this past year, we began thinking about longer trips out west and the associated logistics. The Winnebago Navion is a Class C motorhome that does everything well within the framework of our original requirements. But it does have some limitations. The storage space and cargo carrying capacity is very limited. The bathroom is very compact, and while it's no problem for us, there is definitely privacy considerations if we bring guests along. Judy also liked to retire early, while I like to watch the TV later in the evening. This poses a problem, since there is no separation between the entertainment area and sleeping quarters. With limited wardrobe space, we can only bring enough clothing for 5 to 7 days. So, doing laundry must also be a consideration on longer trips. We also discovered that some of the premium motor coach resorts have restrictions on allowing Class C coaches to stay there. So, with 1 year of RVing experience behind us now, we started to realize our requirements have changed. We knew we wanted a Class A diesel pusher, but one that wasn't too large to prevent camping in national and state parks. We also wanted an all-electric coach, space to accommodate 4 to 5 people comfortably, along with a washer and dryer, and plenty of storage space. After some extensive research online, we narrowed our selection to 3 models. The all-new Holiday Rambler Nautica 34RX, the Newmar Ventana 3412, and the Tiffin Allegro Breeze 31BR. We knew that all 3 motor coaches would be displayed at the 2021 Tampa RV Super Show, so we decided to go there and see them in person. The Florida show advertises itself as the largest RV show in the country. It is held at the Florida State Fairgrounds, covers 26 acres, and will have over 1,400 RVs on display along with many vendors. While all 3 coaches were at similar price points, each was very nice in their own way. We eliminated to Tiffin first, because there was no bunk over the cab. The TV was in an awkward location, it only had the combo washer-dryer option, which makes laundry day challenging. Also, it still uses propane to power the furnace and hot water heater. The Newmar virtually had the identical floor plan to the Holiday, but there was no bunk option available over the cab. So sleeping accommodations are very limited. We are very excited to announce that we are now part of the Holiday Rambler family with the purchase of a new Nautica 34RX. The Holiday folks were very accommodating and organized a test drive for us the following day, right at the show fairgrounds. We purchased our Nautica from Giant Recreation Center here in Winter Garden, Florida, and took delivery in mid-February. The particular coach we selected came with many options. Included were the connectivity package, the King Universal Satellite System, a Whirlpool stackable washer and dryer, a power passenger seat with footrest, the motion power lounge, a high-to-loft drop-down queen bed, roof vent rain covers, a central vacuum system, the mobile eye for lane monitoring and collision mitigation, along with a power cord reel and a full 90-inch slide-out tray in the main storage bay. Please join us as we present to you a brief photo tour of our new coach. There is an expansive full-wall slide, with an awning mounted on it, for maximizing the patio area. It also has accent lighting for illumination in the evening, along with a 50-inch LCD TV and sound bar. Here are some of the external storage bays and utilities. There is an Aqua Hot 250 heating system, powered by diesel fuel or shore power. A full bay, 90-inch slide-out tray for easy access to the cargo. The large service bay accommodates storage of the business side of things. The chassis batteries, DEF tank, and power cord reel are located in the adjacent bay. A central vac collector is housed with additional storage on the passenger side. The slide-out tray can also be accessed from this side as well. This provides easy access to all the cargo. More storage is also available in the compartment adjacent to the entry door. And now, for the best part, let's look at the interior and its features. There is a slide-out to cover the entry steps, making it easy for the passenger to navigate that space when the coach is moving. Here is the 80-inch jackknife dinette, with a 50-inch pop-up TV and soundbar. Both front captain's chairs rotate to make them an integral part of the living space. There is a large functional galley, with a panoramic window above the solid surface counter. This is the pocket door, which separates the bedroom from the rest of the living space. This is the residential living area, which has a fireplace and motion power lounges directly across from the TV. There are also two pantry cabinets in the galley area. The bathroom area has plenty of lighting, a nice size shower, with plenty of counter space and storage, along with a porcelain toilet and sprayer. The bedroom area features plenty of storage space, with large windows which provide plenty of light, a 32-inch LED TV and soundbar, a Whirlpool washer and dryer, a king-size bed, along with a large wardrobe closet. Here is the dinette area when it's converted into a bed. It also has storage for keeping your linens and other things. This is the high-to-loft drop-down queen bed. It also has privacy curtains with its own storage compartments and entertainment system. Well, that concludes the tour of our new Nautica. Looks like everything is packed and ready to go. It's time to take our new traveling home for a shakedown trip. A shakedown trip is a great way to find out what works and what doesn't work with a new RV. We decided not to wander too far off the ranch, so we stayed about an hour away. For those of you who have followed us, you can probably guess where we are headed. Let's see if you are right. Yes, we decided to stay at Disney's Fort Wilderness Resort and Campground. We had stayed there back in July of 2020, right as they reopened, and really enjoyed it. We figured If we did encounter any major issues, what better place to be? Disney prides themselves as being the best in customer service, and we knew they would be there for us if it was needed. Even though it was the height of spring break, we were fortunate enough to reserve a premium campsite from March 22nd through March 26th. Welcome to our campsite. We are Site 1102 in Possum Pass, located in the center of the resort and campground. Even though we visited Walt Disney World during the height of spring break, we were still able to see the attractions we were interested in at all 4 parks since we were annual pass holders. We will cover more on our Disney World and Fort Wilderness Resort experience in our next episode. There were many things we learned with the new coach on this shakedown trip. Fortunately, our list of concerns were all minor on this trip. We actually had more questions than issues. The bag of manuals you receive with your RV are very generalized and not specific enough to answer questions about your particular coach, in many cases. Giant Recreation World had already scheduled a 30-day follow-up appointment for us ahead of time. We will be taking the Nautica there next week to address all of our concerns.